Hello, and welcome to Into the Crypt. I'm Chris, and today I'm gonna learn you what the Flatwoods Monster is. Now imagine that you are a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 17-year-old, two 10-year-olds, a dog, and an adult female named Kathleen living in the Flatwoods, West Virginia in 1952. This exact group of mostly children wandered onto a nearby hill at 7:15 p.m. after seeing a pulsating red light, commonly known as a UFO for all you simpletons, streak across the sky and land there not moments before. When they approached, the 17-year-old you should still be pretending to be, named Gene Lemon, shined his flashlight onto the object like a genius. I mean, I can't blame him, because that's what you do with flashlights, but we've all seen Jurassic Park too. I mean, obviously, Gene Lemon hadn't seen it, but you get the picture. Supposedly, before them was a monster. The Flatwoods Monster. Title drop, bitch. Everyone had slightly different descriptions of it when they were questioned about it later, but the general consensus was that it was a 10-foot man-like monster with a circular blood-red face draped in cloth-like material with a pointed hood that resembled an ace of spades. It was also said to have small claw-like hands, animal-like eyes, and was mentioned to either have a black or dark green coloration to the rest of its body. Reports say that the monster was only observed for a quick moment after the flashlight's light had struck it, which it then retaliated with a loud hissing noise and began gliding towards the group, most likely in a menacing fashion.
Eat lead, alien robot!
Would have been the appropriate response to this situation, but instead, goddamn Gene Lemon dropped his flashlight and the entire group headed for the hills. So to speak. Actually, away from the hills, if you think about it. Anyways, what the group saw eventually came to be known as the Flatwoods Monster, aka the Green Monster, aka the Braxton County Monster, aka the Phantom of Flatwoods. But for the sake of consistency, let's just stick with the Flatwoods Monster. After the whole debacle on the hill, possible theories arose as to what the monster could have been misinterpreted as. Most commonly mentioned was that it was thought to have been a common barn owl perched above the brush, giving it its greenish color and explaining its animal-like eyes. Also, its talons were supposedly what its grabby little arms were actually, but that's just absurdity. I mean, who could believe such a load of nonsense? What I can believe though is that the red UFO in the sky that night was most likely a meteor, as it was a single blazing object reported to be seen across the sky by many people in 3 different states. As of today, not much is to be said about the Flatwoods Monster. It's not too mainstream of a cryptid, but still kind of more popular than most cryptids out there, so it's in kind of a weird limbo of popularity. I'd say if Bigfoot, the Greys, the Chupacabra, and other cryptids to that degree are tier 1 cryptids, then the Flatwoods Monster is like a tier 2, along with Mothman, the Jersey Devil, and other lesser known cryptids. And I hear people saying, "But Chris, I've known about Mothman and the Jersey Devil since I was 5, they aren't tier 2. Here's my way of thinking about it. If you asked your mom if she knew about Bigfoot, she'd be like, duh, everyone knows Bigfoot. But if you asked your mom about the Jersey Devil, she'd probably be thinking that you're talking about a serial killer or something. So yeah. Flatwoods Monster is a tier 2. So that's the Flatwoods Monster. Now you know. Or maybe you haven't learned anything new, but whatever. This isn't for you. It's for the people who want a quick summary of a new cryptid they haven't heard about without getting bogged down by names, dates, and overwhelming and boring details. So anyways, believe what you will. Leave a comment on what cryptid you want next to have a profile done for it. Or don't. I don't care. And also, thanks for listening with open ears, newcomers. Good night, world.